High-grade Universal Century Rozen Zulu. Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert184, 2Rs, 2Bs, gundam.tk, continuing my look at the Rozen Zulu High-grade Universal Century 1144th kit, Angelo Sauper custom use, Psycommu system, Xeon hybrid, you get the idea. Anyway, it's a very interesting mix of the Gira Zulus, Hama Hama, and the Shinanju, so let's take a look at these before it all gets turned into a proper model like this one. Inside the box we go, where single colored A-plate, which seems to be the style today, and you can see it's going to say Rozen Zulu up there, and you're going to have some big bulky parts there that are definitely going to be Zaku and Xeon influenced there the way they should be. You can see lots of little parts there, including the nose part for the face, which is definitely looking longer and just a little bit elephant trunkish. And if this is going to be for the shield, that looks like it's going to be an absolute massive beast, as is fitting for a suit of this size and height. Two Identi-B kits here, and you can see that there's going to be some cool stuff in here, starting with just the fact that you've got those big shoulders on there. And if you're wondering about painting this up yourself, first of all, it's going to be a little bit hard to get some white on here without undercoating it properly, but you are going to have raised surfaces here, which is very, very useful if you're going to go on it, or there's various approaches to doing the sleeves. But however you want to do it, because they've got that raised section up there, it looks like it should be easier if you want to avoid the sticker mess that seems like it's about to be upcoming. You can see some of the parts there for the lower legs, but of more interest, I think, is going to be these, where you're going to have the extenders, so when you send off the incom claws, they're going to be blasting through the air, and instead of just having them out on a stand, which by itself is fantastic with the wires connected to them, they've actually got these little relay points along the way, and by getting 6 on each here, it looks like you can do 12, which just seems like you've got a ton of fun play options there, using one arm or two off in the distance. When you get into the double C's here, this is when things start to get interesting, though, after the disappointment of this color. Maybe they'll look good together, but they sure don't look like they do on the box. But here you're going to be getting some interesting parts there. If it's going to have double moving parts there for the knees, that should be fantastic. You can see all the limbs going in there. I wonder if seals are going to go in there if you just want to add a little bit of ink yourself. Black being a lot easier, though, than white there. But the forearms are going to be very interesting, and they've got some interesting details carved into them there. And it looks like where you're going to put on the shield attachment. They're also going to have some claws in the back of the hand, as if you didn't have enough claws already. But yes, George would be proud in G Gundam there, because remember, you're going to be getting these times 2 again. So you've got these large flowers that are all shooting off there, and you've also got some smaller bits the way everything is going to attach on. So whether they're in the backpack or actually launched out on the stands that are provided, everything is looking like a happy Valentine's Day. 1.5 or so D1 plates here, which is going to offer an interesting contrast with the colors here with the navy blue compared to the purple and the brownish purple, or sorry, the pink and the brownish purple that we've already seen. But over here you can see all the parts that are going to be used up twice there. Some very interesting panels, the way they're going to be going around the forearms. Can't wait to see those in action again. They are going to have those raised edges there if you want to put on either the white seals or actually paint them up properly. But I think of more interest is going to be over here where you've got, for fans of the Hama Hama, it's very, very interesting over here to see just how massive this blaster is going to be. You've already seen some of the parts in the other colors there when they all get put together. It's definitely a very nice throwback to the Double Zeta series, and you've also got some cool parts up there with all sorts of details in there if you want to go ahead and put in the extra trouble to line them up, even if you're not actually going to see them. And some good looking parts there for the chest before they get covered up in the white and blue or black parts for the seals, in this case, for the sleeves trademark colors. But if the colors disappointed you on the A and B plates, well, how about these E plates? Because this is the kind of thing that old school kits just never ever had in terms of play value, for them to be giving you this many clear stands so that you can do so many different things with them. You can see that you're going to have 4 bases there, and you're going to be able to put these in with a ball joint, so they should be able to move around there and adjust the angle that you're going to have them going at. And it looks like that you're going to have 4 of the half-size ones. Somewhat disappointing that they're only going to be giving you 2 of the long ones up there. You'd think if they're giving you this much plastic times 2 that they could just throw on a second pole, so that, or on each plate, so that you'd have 4 tall ones in total. Nonetheless, it's a great idea in terms of play value, and when you've got these attachments on with the incoms out and attached onto the forearms, everything should look really, really cool, especially considering that they go to the trouble of giving you those nice thin wires. Here's the F1 plate, which looks properly brown here, and you can see that you're going to have the hips there, and more importantly is this piping that's going to go around all over the place. Nothing fancy that we've seen on newer master grades or on real grades or things like that, but nonetheless, it's nice and easy if you want to go ahead and add a little bit of lining inside there. You even got this for the gonzo nose there, And also, if you wanted to add some lining here on the elbows, they should be good, and these really should stand out. And I think it may be the kind of thing that if you wanted to go and paint these up and metallicize them, I think it would really pay off on a kit like this. And finally, F2 is going to bring home with another interesting color here. It's not going to be white, it's definitely got some gray added into it, but you can see the Shinanju influence thrusters there attached onto the back, part of the big gun there that's going to be attached onto the shield, some very small little pieces in there that have some lining opportunities. You could just drop some black ink there on the inside, and 6 fearsome looking claws there with a very interesting shape. They are very thin though, but nonetheless they should deal all sorts of pain there with that swivel mechanism. PC-132 for the innards, but of more interest is going to be these thin wires here, as you're going to be getting 2 and 2 here. These are going to be split up in separate bags. They're much thinner than the regular Gundam wires. If you're thinking of something like MG Blitz or something like that, totally different here. In the manual, you are going to be bending these down to get them into place when they're actually attached into the Incom hands. Anyway, the colors are looking good. They look very similar in color to what you actually see with the claws. But overall, if they're going to be able to hold anything up, doesn't seem to be an issue here because they're going to be giving you so much of that clear plastic that its job is done for it. But this is not the first thing you want to see when you open up the box, because you're going to be seeing here, what is it, 44 it looks like in terms of the number of seals on there. This is the kind of thing that we've gotten used to with some of the other ones, as you can put these on the sleeves, as is appropriate for the name of the team there, and putting it on the chest there, going to be nice and easy. It should have a raised up section so that you can go and paint that up yourself. But you can just see some of the complexity here of some of these other ones. You're going to want to use your tweezers, keep your knife at hand, and have a lot of patience here. Or you may just want to do away with this altogether and just go ahead and paint it up properly. If you can get the white ink to stay down properly against the darker color that's underneath it. The only thing that really stands out here besides that black part over there is this very, very small red mono eye. So an intriguing unbox here for me, especially considering that I've hardly built any sleeves mobile suits whatsoever. The big disappointments are just going to have to be these colors here. When you see them in the plastic bags inside the box, you'll be really disappointed. When they're actually out and not under the plastic, they seem to look a little bit better. But if you're expecting it to look this good right out of the box without any effort of painting, that's not going to happen for 2 reasons: because of the wrong coloring here of the A and B plates, and more importantly for the 40 or so white stickers that you're going to have to go and put all around here. But in terms of play value, it seems like it's going to be a lot of fun with the wires, the relays, and the incoms blasting off all over the place. Not to mention the fact that he's just a melee beast with those claws and the big Hama shield. Everything about this kit is, outside of those 2 big issues, looking like a lot of fun. So stick around to see the parts in the mobile suit and him all blasting off his weapons all over the place. And of course, love to hear what you think with a comment down below. Thanks for watching, everybody. See ya. Look how the pink on the plastic matches up here, and this one, not so much. Really, not even close.